So could you share a bit about how do you feel right now after you have completed the recording of the song by Brahms?
I think, you know, the process of recording was lovely. Pam and I have worked together for a very long time. So it's nice to be able to do a recording that is official, and it's nice to be able to experiment with the recording techniques with, you know, our audio engineer. This is a song that means a lot to me, and that I think Pam and I both enjoy to play. So, you know, I enjoyed the full process of bringing it to life for recording.
I enjoyed the process. It's always a challenge, entering a new space, playing on a new instrument.
Could you elaborate on some of the challenges that you faced earlier?
Well, I think every room is very different in terms of acoustics. Some are more wet, some are more dry. Every piano is very, very different as well. But I think that's really the job of every pianist, to try to adapt to what he or she is given on the day itself.
Yes, Rebecca, you were saying that the distance and the position of the microphone pose some challenges for yourself.
They weren't challenges per se. I think they were just very different. So in classical convention, the singer usually would stand right next to the pianist, or if not very near. So it was just a very different position to be standing directly opposite Pam as opposed to next to her. But I don't think that affected our ensemble particularly poorly. So.
Could you share something? Could you both share something about, say, the physical similarities and differences, say your bodily movement in the studio as well as the eye contact, for instance, as opposed to a conventional performance where you're standing in the curve of the piano, closer to the pianist?
I think personally, when I know that it's just a recording, I have a bit more freedom to move with the music, and I have a bit more freedom to focus on the sounds that I'm making and to produce gestures that help me to make good sounds. As opposed to in performances where as singers we constantly have to be aware of our positioning, you know, aware of whether we're engaging every single audience member in the room, where we are looking. So I think with audio recordings, you know, you are not so concerned with whether or not your gestures are too distracting. You know, you do them if they allow you to free the voice up and if they allow you to produce a better sound.
And yourself, Pamela, if you could speak about your interaction with the singer.
Well, I suppose proximity is always an advantage, but when that is not permitted, then one has to feel the vibrations or the energy in the space and in the room. Yeah.
What do you mean by vibrations?
Well, it's trying to be in sync with one another, although we may not be standing in our usual position that we're used to when we rehearse. And suddenly, you know, there are a couple of meters apart between us. There's something that obstructs Rebecca's space.
Yes.
But I think our job is just really to listen and to react accordingly, to calibrate whatever adjustments have to be made in the moment. Yeah.
Has it fulfilled your primary, for Rebecca, your primary conceptualization of home and longing and?
Well, I think
so far,
I mean, we've only had half of it, half of the project done. Like, I think the reason I picked these pieces was because I felt that the theme was relatable and the music fitted it exactly in that sense of, you know, longing and that sense of nostalgia.
Yes.
And I think that it deserves a visual representation as well. So I'm very happy with our audio product today, but I really look forward to seeing what it will look like when we actually add that visual element on top.